All right, let's jump right into the TA, and today's SPY was down 1.58%, and I have to tell you, this was the easiest day to be a bear and the easiest day to take a very high reward, low risk short trade. And if you lost money today during today's downturn, you need to seriously consider joining the Discord server, because you can see right here before the market even opened, I put out an update that we could see a deep pullback today before the FOMC tomorrow, and the NQ looks like it has a double, triple top rejection breaking below the neckline, and there's a good chance the bears show up today. And you can see I even drew the very early morning bounce that we would get rejected from the neckline of the breakdown and continue lower, and that is exactly what played out today. So we absolutely crushed the market today and made money while the market was going lower, and now we are sitting at a very good opportunity for another great trade, which is coming up right around the corner. So if you want access to my intraday technical analysis updates as well as all of my trade ideas, that's going to be in the Stock Channel Discord server, and you can join that Discord server by clicking on the link in the description of this video. All right, so looking at SPY, we closed that gap today. So the gap at 504 is no longer open, and we're sitting right on top of support, which is between 500 and 502. And this is where we are going to have a very critical test of support going into FOMC, because from here, it is still possible we have another higher low. So the bull scenario is a very simple bounce off of the support zone, and then we start pushing higher again towards 520. And the bear scenario is a simple break of that support, and we come back down for the next leg lower, which is going to be right around 491. Again, this is such a simple market to trade if you have no bias and you're willing to follow the price action. So if you want to continue being bearish now that we're at support, you want to see this support failing, and that will be a price action signal that we're breaking down, and you should continue shorting the market to lower price targets. But if we bounce from here and we break back above 507 and start to push, that's going to be your price action indication we're going higher. So just let the price action do all the talking, and don't care if we go higher or lower, just jump on the ride. Whether that ride is lower towards support or higher towards resistance, it doesn't matter, because you're a trader. You have access to tools to make money no matter where the market is going. That is the benefit of following price and being unbiased and moving like water. And remember, you are retail traders. You can move like water, which means you can get in and out very quickly. You're not positioning for massive size positions that you need to hold for over a quarter. So take advantage of being a retail trader and learn to be an unbiased price action trader that knows how to manage risk. Now, this is going to be a very split room. There's going to be half of you that are extremely bearish and half of you that are getting extremely bullish. And I don't care to tell you my opinion right now. If you're in the Discord server, you know exactly what I think is going to happen, but it still doesn't mean a damn thing, because what I think is going to happen doesn't mean it will. You have to understand that even I am willing to jump ship immediately if I see the price action telling me to do something differently. But you know my plan, whether you're going to follow it or not, or even try to inverse me, that's completely up to you. But this is the critical level you want to pay attention to right here at support. And I will remind you, look at that weekly chart. This is still a bull market, so do not become overly bearish. A lot of these pullbacks, if you're considering it as a bull market, are going to be the opportunities to continue to load up those swing positions, and that is where you are going to get that very high reward and very low risk swing entries. On the NASDAQ 100 triple Qs, we were down 1.89% today, and again, an extremely easy day to be a bear. We had that very simple rejection from the resistance. We went right up to the resistance and touched it on the nose, right at the negatively sloping 20 daily moving average, so a very low risk short trade all the way down to fill the gap at 425, and here we are sitting at support. So just like SPY, you have the bull scenario bouncing off the support and breaking the previous high at 434, and the bear scenario will be slicing down through support and then crashing down to fill the gap at 407. And I say crashing down because if the bears win, the bears do take the elevator down, so do expect that to happen very quickly. So again, half of you are going to be bearish, half of you are going to be bullish. It doesn't matter, just manage your risk. Here's the critical levels, and it is possible we stay within the range, but I do believe this week has enough catalysts to get a break through this range and a push for the next leg in this market. On the Dow Jones, we were down 1.48% today, and the Dow Jones did not get the higher high breakout above 385, and the rejection brought us back down from a lower high back down towards support at 377. And if we break 377, that is going to be your indication to get bearish in the Dow Jones for a push lower towards 370. It's still possible to hold this support, it's still possible for a higher low, and it's still possible to break resistance at 385. So if you want to wait for a price action breakout to get bullish, wait for the break above 385, and that should be our indication we're going higher towards 395 to fill the gap. On the Russell 2000 IWM ETF, we gapped down today, so we still have a gap up here right around 199, and we did close right on top of support right around 195 to 196, and if we break that support, we have a very critical support at 193 and 190. If we bounce from here, look for the gap fill right around 199, and if we break the previous high above 200, we're looking for a gap fill just below 205. On the ARKK ETF, we were down 3.7% today, and we got the perfect rejection from resistance. We came down and filled the gap and continued to flush, and we did close down below 44, but I will tell you, this is also going to be a support zone if we bounce from here, and then if we bounce and break the high at 45, we could easily start pushing higher towards 46 to 47. If we break the support, we're looking for a push lower towards 41 to 40. On the VIX, we were up 6.54% today, so that is the VIX spiking towards 17 and 18 that I told you to look out for if we did get the rejection from resistance. But you can see we did not get a spike in fear that I was looking for because we didn't even make it to 16, even though we had a very volatile pullback. So that is likely going to tell us there was not a lot of fear today. I think this was just a textbook day of taking profits and the sellers took over. And as I showed in the Discord server, it was such a very simple short trade to take that even the bulls were taking the short trade or at least selling and waiting to buy lower. So don't get too bearish if the VIX doesn't get that spike in fear that we need to see to break down in the market and lead to that high volume panic selling. On Bitcoin, we're currently trading just at 60,000, and we may have trouble in paradise for the crypto holders here because we are breaking that bounce or die support at 61,000, and I told you below that this could be a straight line flush to 52,000. So the pressure is on for the bulls to defend this support, otherwise we could see a quick flash crash down to support. Now we haven't closed below the support yet, but it's not looking great for the bulls, and we're definitely getting an increase in volume on the selling. So if that increase in volume picks up, expect to see that elevator down, and do not be surprised if you wake up in the morning and Bitcoin is trading in the 50,000. On Nvidia stock, we were down 1.54% today, and we're getting that pullback to retest the breakout, which is going to be this neckline right around 857. And if we can't hold support at 857, we come back down towards 820. If we break 820, we need to hold 780, and if we can't hold 780, we likely go to 740. Now, do not rule out the bulls because they do have price action back above all the moving averages, and it looks like this could have just been a correction in a bull market. So if Nvidia holds a support zone, it is still possible to get that brand new all-time high price target between 994 and 1032. On Tesla stock, we were down 5.55% today, and Tesla is finally cooling down ever since we hit 197, and we came right back down to where we expected, which is that support at 183. If we can't hold 183, look for a push to 173, and if we can't hold 173, we're likely going to 167 and then 160. If the bulls hold support at 183, we're looking for a push back to 197, and then above 197, we're looking for a gap close just below 207. On Apple stock, we were down 1.83% today, and we had the perfect rejection from that resistance right around 174, and we came all the way back down to fill the gap, and we closed right on top of this support zone right around 169 to 170. So just like I told you, I'm a buyer in this zone right around 169 to 167. I'm looking for a higher low before earnings, and then I'm looking for a very strong push higher towards the 180s. So if you missed Apple, I think this is another opportunity to get a low risk buying opportunity, and it's going to be happening very quickly because earnings for Apple is going to be Thursday after the bell. And if you don't want to play earnings, just look at the stock next week and decide where it's going from there. So jumping back over to the S&P 500, tomorrow is FOMC, and we have plenty of big tech earnings and unemployment data. So it's still going to be a very exciting week and a very volatile week. There's going to be plenty of trades for bears and bulls alike. So it doesn't matter how you're trading the market, just manage your risk and make sure you're not taking massive losses. If price action is going against your trade and you're getting confirmation you're on the wrong side, you need to move to the other side of the trade or at least take your losses. Don't just sit there on the wrong side of the trade and continue to lose money if you know the price action is telling you something else is happening. We are absolutely crushing this market on the Stocks Channel Discord server, and we are going to continue to crush this market. So if you want to come crush the market with us, you can get access to all of my intraday updates and technical analysis as well as my trade ideas at the Stocks Channel Discord server, and you can find out how to join that Discord server by clicking on the link in the description of this video. So thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you're crushing this market, and as always, I will see you in the next episode.